Welcome everyone to Minute Maid Park for Game 5 of the American League Divisional Series. Do or die. Winner goes home is the Detroit Tigers, hoping to kick some Astros as they take on the Houston Astros. The Tigers won games 1 and 2 here at Minute Maid Park, but the Astros won games 3 and 4 over in Detroit at Comerica Park. So road teams are 4-0 so far in this series, and let's see if that'll stay true tonight, or if the home Astros can get the win. As you can see, the winning and losing pitchers, Game 4 actually didn't save, so the score and stuff is wrong. I made sure the Astros still won, so we'd still have Game 5. As you get a quick look at tonight's starters, Francis Martes for the Astros, and for the Tigers, it'll be Matt Manning. We'll take a more in-depth look at them in just a second. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Here's a look at second-year manager Ken Riddick and the Detroit Tigers starting lineup. Leading off, it'll be center fielder George Springer, followed by Fernando Tatis Jr., Josh Bell, Yasiel Puig, Paul DeJong, Bobby Bradley, Jose Abreu, Alejandro Alonso, and Jake Rogers. Pitching for the Houston Astros will be their ace, Francis Martes. He pitched in Game 1 of the series. In 5 innings, allowed 4 runs and got the loss. Only 2 strikeouts, so he's certainly hoping for a rebound. George Springer was named the 2017 World Series MVP while playing for these Houston Astros, now taking on his former team. Starts this game off with a single in the center field. Here's Yasiel Puig. Puig has been the team's best hitter here in the postseason, as that one's high, deep into left center field, but will be caught by Adam Haseley to end the first inning. So 1 hit, no runs, no damage. Alex Bregman, Ben Gamel, and Carlos Correa due up for the Astros. Let's take a look at the Houston Astros starting lineup for today's ball game. Leading off at third base will be the former LSU Tiger Alex Bregman, followed by Ben Gamel, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, CJ Cron, Kyle Seager, Adam Haseley, Randall Grichuk. And at the 9th hole, the former Detroit Tiger James McCann is pitching for the Tigers as Matt Manning, 10-10 with a 4.67 ERA. He did not have a great regular season, but he's good in the playoffs. He was good last year in the playoffs, closing out Game 5 of the ALDS against the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's see if he can close out this year's Game 5 of the ALDS. Leading off today's game for the Astros is Alex Bregman, who's hitting just 200 so far here in the playoffs as he strikes out looking on the four-seam fastball. The count is 2-2 for the former Seattle Mariner Ben Gamel, and he's going to strike out on the changeup. Good start for Matt Manning. As here's a look at the rest of the playoff bracket, the Yankees swept the Indians in the ALDS, and meanwhile in the NLCS, the Dodgers took the Mets to 5 games, and the Cubs took the Diamondbacks to 5 games, but the Dodgers and Cubs were both able to win their respective series. The Carlos Correa was very good for the Astros in each of their wins against Detroit, as that's going to be a single in the center field. Springer makes the play. 2 on, 2 out for the struggling CJ Cron as he hits that one right to the glove of George Springer. That's how inning number 1 ends. 2 men stranded, 1 hit, 1 walk, and your score, 0-0. Paul DeJong, Bobby Bradley, Jose Abreu due up for the Tigers. Jose Abreu has not been great so far here in the ALDS, hitting just .231 as that one's high, pretty deep into right center field, but it will easily be caught by Randall Grichuk for a 1-2-3 inning. Due up for the Astros will be Seager, Haseley, and Grichuk. Randall Grichuk was on the Blue Jays team that lost the ALDS to the Tigers a year ago. He doesn't want that same result to happen, and that'll certainly help as Randall Grichuk with a home run, 381 feet. And the Houston Astros are first on the board tonight. Grichuk's first home run here in the playoffs, and the Astros take the lead. Of all people, it's Randall Grichuk, the first one to hit home run tonight, is James McCann striking out. Rogers will make the throw to first to end the inning, but not before the Astros get a solo shot off of the bat of Randall Grichuk. Here's the leadoff hitter George Springer, the only Tiger with a base hit tonight, as he's going to get his second base hit of the game, a single past the diving glove of Carlos Correa. Count is 1-2 for Fernando Tatis Jr. as that one's a nice shot into left field, but Ben Gamel is able to make the play. Runner on for Carlos Correa as that one's a nice shot into right field. That'll drop for a base hit. Bregman, he will not head home, so there's 2 runners on and 1 out. 2 outs and 2-1 for CJ Crone, as that's going to be a grounder past the glove of Tatis, and both runs will score in the Astros. Take a 3-0 lead, 2-run single from CJ Crone. The Astros have gotten off to a nice lead, as that one's going to be a grounder to Fernando Tatis to end the inning, but 2-run score, and it's Houston who's on top, 3-0. Francis Martes has been pitching very well so far tonight, as his first batter is Josh Bell. That one's high, that's deep. I don't think that one's coming back, and that will be a home run for the Detroit Tigers, and it's not? That one's not out of the park? I don't really blame Josh Bell not running super hard, because that just did not look like it was going to stay in the park. It looks like that might bite him in the butt, as now there's 2 outs. Count is 0-2 for Bobby Bradley, and Bradley, that one's high and deep, and that one will be gone, so Bell scores regardless. That was a second decker, Bradley's second home run of a postseason, and the Tigers make it a 1-run game, as last year's American League playoff MVP Bobby Bradley with the home run, a huge hit for the Tigers. Count is 2-1 for the former Tiger James McCann. 2 out, no on, as that one's going to be in right field. Yasiel Puig makes a nice catch, 1-2-3 inning, and after 4, your score, Houston 3, Detroit 2. Alonso, Rogers, and Springer due up. Count is 3-1 for the catcher Jake Rogers. Pitch from Martes. That one's hit high, deep. That one's probably going to go off the wall, and it does. Gamel makes a play with it, but Jake Rogers gets a 1-out double for George Springer, who's 2 for 2 so far today. George Springer is 2 for 2 so far today with 2 singles. Will he be 3 for 3? He will not. Jake Rogers headed to third. The throw is not in time, and a single will definitely score him. Count is full. Runner on third for Fernando Tatis Jr. That one's going to be a fly out into center field. Hasley makes the catch, and the Astros still have the lead, 3-2. Count is 2-2. Nobody on for Carlos Correa, and he's going to swing at a pitch at his knees, and it was inside. That on the 5th inning. Score remains 3-2. As you just get another look at that awful pitch. I don't know what Carlos Correa was thinking there. Paul DeJong's 0 for 2 tonight, but he has still been pretty solid in the playoffs, as that one is very high, not very deep. Hasley will make the catch, and the Astros are 3 innings away from advancing to the ALDS. Matt Manning's day is done after 5 innings, allowing 3 runs, and in will be the lefty Darrell Hayes. He's pitched 1 game so far in the postseason and did not allow any runs, getting 1 strikeout and no hits. In his last at-bat, CJ Crone hit a big single. That one ain't quite a single. That'll be a strikeout. 2 go on for the former Mariner Kyle Seager. That one is right to Jose Abreu to end the 6th inning. No hits, no damage. Francis Marte's night is done after 6 innings, and in the game for the Astros is Johnny Venters. This is his 3rd game of the postseason. He pitched in 2 innings and has not allowed a run or hit. In his last at-bat, Bobby Bradley went yard. Now there's a lefty pitcher in, which is a disadvantage for him, but it doesn't matter as Bobby Bradley hits a home run, his 2nd of the game, 367 feet, and we are tied up. The Astros trying to outsmart everyone by putting the lefty pitcher in for the lefty hitter, but it didn't work, as Bobby Bradley does what Bobby Bradley does best, and that's go yard. Count is 1-2 for Jake Rogers. Pitch from Venters. That one's hit high. Should be caught by the Astros. Hasley is under it, and he makes the catch. End of the top of the 7th. Bottom 7 underway. Darrell Hayes still in the ball game as Adam Hasley goes down on the high slider. The count is full for James McCann. That one's going to be a grounder. Fernando Tatis makes the play, and the 7th inning is over. We are tied up at 3 here in H-Town. The last few innings should be very exciting. The veteran Will Harris is now in the game at pitcher, as that one will be sailed up. Altuve is the one who makes the play. And for all you guys counting out there, Bobby Bradley will be 3rd up in the 9th inning for Detroit. Meanwhile, for the Houston Astros, it'll be the top of the order. Bregman, Gamel, and Correa due up. The flame-throwing Jordan Hicks is in the game at pitcher for the Tigers as he strikes out Carlos Correa 96 miles an hour, and we are tied up at 3 apiece, headed into the 9th inning. Will Harris is still in the ball game for the Astros, leading off the 9th inning. Yasiel Puig, that one's high, it's deep, and it's gone! And the Tigers take the lead 4-3. It's Yasiel Puig, the former Dodger. Remember, the Astros beat Puig's Dodgers back in the 2017 World Series, and Puig trying to get revenge as he does there. That could be the dagger, but we'll see. Bobby Bradley has 2 home runs tonight. I don't think that one will be 3 as it's a little bit too high. Hasley makes the catch. By the way, Josh Fields is now on the mound for Houston as Will Harris was taken out after the Puig home run. Count is full for Jose Abreu, who is hitless tonight, but I think that might change. That won't change. I thought that was going to be gone, but that will be caught by Randall Grichuk. And here we go, folks. Bottom of the 9th inning. Tigers lead it 4-3. Here comes the closer, Felipe Rivera, one of the best in the business. He has 1 appearance this season. He did not get a save, but he did allow a run and 2 strikeouts. Let's see if he can rebound. I think he will. Here's the 5'6" Jose Altuve leading off the inning. That one will be gloved in by Alejandro Alonso, who makes the play. Altuve almost safe, but not in time. Take another look as Altuve, excellent hustle right there. I guess Johnny Hustle is his cup of tea, but Alonso makes the play just in time. The Tigers are now 2 outs away. Here's C.J. Cron, who strikes out. Rogers makes the throw to first. 1 more out. The Astros are down to their final strike. It's Kyle Seager! And he goes down looking. And the Detroit Tigers win this game. They win the ALDS. And they will be taking on the New York Yankees in the ALCS. Here comes the dog pile as the Tigers were up 2-0 in this series. They won 2 games on the road, which is hard. But the Astros followed back, winning 2 games on the road. And then the Tigers were able to win this game. A.J. Hinch and his squad not too happy as the Detroit Tigers win. And they advance to their 2nd straight American League Conference Series, where they will be taking on the Yankees. Stay tuned for that, folks.